God's land. Egypt won the disclosure of the great civilization. The world's information about the history of ancient Egypt remained scanty and scanty. And what is being passed on by historians who came to Egypt during the times of the Bartels and Romans described it at length and wrote about its history. What they heard only then, and it was from these. Herodotus, Sicilian died, or Strabo, and others, in addition to what the Egyptian historian Mattar wrote, citing ancient Egyptian origins, but unfortunately little has come of his writings. Thus Egyptian history remained mysterious until Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Egypt with his 3-year war campaign from 1798 until 1801, during which one of his officers found a pharaonic stone near the city of Rashid in the delta of Egypt, which he called the Rosetta Stone, and carried it with him when he returned to France in 1822. The young French scientist Jean-François Champollion published his first books on deciphering the hieroglyphic language, and thus revealed to the world the secret of the great Egyptian civilization and became one of the founders of Egyptology. The 19th century is considered the century of Egyptian exploration, where many archaeologists came to Egypt who excavated to search for the traces of that great civilization. Archaeologists at that time were divided in terms of the origins of the Egyptian civilization into two groups. The first one says that the Egyptian civilization did not have a childhood era and that it suddenly existed, as some ignorant people now claim that people from space came to establish that civilization and then returned to their planets again. A second group confirms that Egypt has a prehistoric science, and the situation continued like this until the French scientist Arslan came to Egypt in 1868 and provided proofs and evidence that Egypt has a prehistoric science by collecting a lot of polite flint machines in the length and width of Egypt, which date back to the Paleolithic and Neolithic eras. Then the scientists, Lehrman and Henry, found some machines that were of great importance in this regard near the Theban necropolis, in addition to what Father Richard found on the Sinai Peninsula, in the vicinity of Cairo and in Thebes, now Luxor. The result of this discovery was that the European Society for the Study of the Origin of Man recognized in 1870 the existence of a prehistoric era in Egypt. 27 years later, the archaeologist D. Morgan put the results of his research before the world in 2 huge volumes confirming the previous results. Wait for us in the next episode and Prehistory in the Land of the God Egypt. Greetings.